Okay, so we are now live, and we're here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 6 mid-season premiere.
Woohoo!
No
Camille,
Way Out.
It delivered.
Camille, I love your braids. I love it.
Jesus, thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay, so Lainey, first part,
Yes.
the very first part of the episode, Saviors with Team Sad, Sasha, Abe, and Daryl. So the head dude was talking a whole bunch of eat, chew, and repeat bunk, which I didn't really care about, but Sasha gave him the whole "I'm so done with you" face, which I loved. It was great.
Yeah, I was. Lately I've been having a real issue with Sasha. I mean, I love the character, but they're making her seem very much with what's the word? Airs. She seemed like she know like she know better than everyone. She doesn't seem as though like she necessarily trusts everybody's judgment. You know, it's like when she's I'm talking to the man. Will you shut up? This is serious. All right, what are you doing? You know, it's that kind of feeling. So, and I've been feeling that, you know, ever since season 5 with Sasha. So I get it. She lost her man, she lost her brother, but she needs to start reeling it in. You ain't better than everybody else. All right? You know, be a part of the collective. You know, she going out there on her own, killing walkers, wasting bullets. I just feel as though she need to reel it in a little bit. You know, say you're a part of a team. We in a serious situation with these guys sitting here. You know, not to say that her attitude for the whole thing was a little bit off-putting for me. You know, it's like, what, you trying to get us all killed? You know, it's like, just chill out, you know, like that. So, but we'll see how Sasha moves, you know, progresses during the rest of the season. But right now, I'm like, all right, Sasha, everybody's lost somebody, everybody pissed, you know, but you can't be just doing what you want to do because you feel like doing it.
Ah, okay. Okay. Well, Daryl saved the day, Kay.
Okay.
He did.
Yeah.
He got the, I don't know what you call that.
Rocket
weapon.
launcher.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I know everybody got their feelings about Daryl. I feel the same way. They overhype him, but at that given moment in that particular scene, I was just like, yo, Daryl is a beast. Yes. Blow all of them bitches up. That's how I felt about it. I was like, I know everybody's like, oh, we tired of Daryl. All right, I'll give this one to Daryl. Let him have it. Let him have it.
You gonna give him that one? You gonna give it?
Yeah, I'll give him that one.
I'm also Team Daryl. There was no doubt in my mind that Daryl was going to be
I was good with that. I was good with it.
So, Lainey, how do you feel that they shot Carl in the eye? Because I know you said he too cute. They ain't gonna do it. So how you feeling about that?
He's so pretty, and it's like now he's gonna have a patch over his eye. But my biggest concern was.
Wait. We have to go in order for Kay because she hasn't watched the episode.
That's all right. I mean,
No. Don't go in order for me.
Kay,
Don't go in order.
Down. I wrote it down.
No. Don't go in order for her because whatever we talk about, once she sees it, it'll be puzzle pieces fitting together for her. So if it's all over the place, she won't expect anything.
okay.
I
really don't like
it. Hey, Ash.
Hey.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
They're recasting what happened in the episode, so I didn't get a chance to watch.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and I
but
wrote it down, but I guess I'm too organized.
But that scene with Carl got shot, it was just like, because I always had issues about it with Carl getting shot. Because like, well, if he gets shot in the eye, there's no medical team available. That's not even you know, it doesn't seem realistic, but the way that he got shot, it's not like the bullet went through his head. You know, it got lodged there. So, yeah. So I was
It
like,
seems
okay,
like it's survivable.
Yeah, it did seem survivable. But can I just say this? And I know I'm jumping ahead, y'all. I'm really getting sick and tired of them, the attempts on Glenn's life. I can't take it. That scene with Glenn, I was sweating. I was sweating. I was sweating. I was like, please stop.
Yeah.
Stop with trying to kill Glenn, please.
I was like getting sad and mad at the same time. I'm like, did y'all really just bring him back to kill him?
Yeah.
All right, so just to be clear, he didn't die, right?
No. I was dying.
Thank God, because I would have been pissed.
But when you see it, you're gonna feel exactly how we feel. Even though you know he's gonna survive, you're gonna feel y'all, I'm tired of the attempts on Glenn's life. They better not kill him at the end of the season.
They better not.
Enid helped. She helped. I thought that was great. She wasn't griping or belly aching or angsting like a teenager, so I was happy about that.
Yeah, she got it together in the end.
Yeah.
And Father Gabriel, we got to give him some props. I give Father Gabriel props.
I'm clapping.
He redeemed himself, and hey, I'm kind of like him.
Yeah, but did you guys notice how Rick and Michonne was like watching Gabriel as he walked away with Judith? Like, you need to take care of our child.
Yeah.
No, you know, I didn't even get to
Why
see.
did Father Gabriel take her? What was going on?
Because it was too many walkers, and I guess they were kind of worried, so they were like, we need to get her.
They changed the plan.
To church.
Wherever they were going.
And you know, okay,
CK, you need to understand, it was daylight when they changed the plan.
and you know
How
what?
did it get dark? So you mean to tell me they were walking around for like 14 hours or something? What were they doing? Walking in circles.
I was like, no, wait a minute. So the plan was for them to go to the quarry, and Jesse told Gabe, you know, take Sam, and Sam was like, no, Mom, I got this. I'm cool, Mom. We're good. I'll make it.
I had a problem with
But however, Jesse, you know, Jesse is still in the whole. I'm gonna be brave for Rick, whatever. But you know, I already had a problem with Jesse from the beginning, you guys. I never did like her parental skills. I felt like she should just shove Sam towards Gabe and say, you know what, you need to listen to me, son. You need to go with this man.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
He was awful as a mother. Oh my God! The minute that Sam stopped in the middle of that, and he was like, you know, you remember how when you was little and you get all wrapped up in something else, and your mother jerk your hand. Come on, that was what I was looking for. I was like, yo, what are you stopping? He's going. It was like, come on.
I don't think there was nothing that she really could do at that point because he froze. He froze.
Yeah, it was over. But she froze too. She could not believe. She went in the shot. She went in the shot. She couldn't believe that.
There was nothing that she could have done at that point.
She went into shot.
No.
The walkers turned to them.
All of y'all that have kids know if you was in that situation and your child would have stopped being like, I can't. How many of you going to sit there and tell me you're going to watch them talk about they can't? You're going to jerk your child's hand. You better come the hell on. They're not going to, you're not going to be stopping. You're not going to be stopping. No.
Hey, Kerrigan.
Well, we know she's an
I'm not trying to hear that. It's too serious. It's too serious. No, he can go into a panic. You know what? Put it better like this. All right, he having a panic attack. I could carry my kid. My kid is 8 years old. You know, the adrenaline kick in. I can carry my kid. Let's go. Come on, let's go. No, none of that.
Okay, I'm a little bit confused. Okay, so the plan was originally for them to go to the armory, and then so at the end of the mid-season finale, they're like in the middle of the walkers. So then after that, what happened?
They find like some clear area to stand in and talk for like 5 minutes, and they decide.
Yeah, and then Rick said, you know what?
They found a clear area to stand in.
Okay. Yes, and they did not go. No walkers noticed them sitting there talking. No walkers came after them. Highly not believable, but okay.
And remember, there was
so while they're talking, they decide to split up.
No. Okay, so Rick stopped the group and he said, okay, there's too many walkers over here. We're not going to the armory. Change of plans. We're going to make our way outside of the gate to get to the quarry.
Yeah, they're going to get cars.
So they were wondering about Judith, and then Gabriel, he stepped up. He said, let me take Judith. And Rick was hesitant, but he said, okay, go ahead. Take the baby. Jesse then in turn tells Gabe, take Sam. Sam said no, he can handle it. And the only one who looked back as Gabe left with Judith was Rick and Michonne, because I guess there was this moment of like clarity when they realized, oh my God, we're really fucked. But
wait, so Gabriel took Judith to the quarry.
No, to the church.
To the church, okay. But everybody else is going to the quarry.
The other thing was that with Sam deciding to he's not going to church. I'm staying with my mother, and she go ahead and agrees of it. That's even more incentive to make sure that no, my child is not going to mess up this group right here. We going. You saying you going, then you listening to what I say. It's no stopping in there. They could have gotten out. In my mind, I'm thinking they could have gotten out of there, and them stopping because Sam freaking out. No. This is on me.
But Camille, she made up a very good point. She said she could have covered his eyes and mouth and pull him against her to reset him. She could have kept them moving. That was dumb. Camille, that was good.
What she should have.
Yes.
There were a lot of things that she could have done.
The quarry.
Yeah, see, that was, okay, when Rick did that whole reset of the plan for them to go to the quarry, I just think that was choppy writing to get you all excited of what to happen. I was just waiting for the chop. Okay.
Can we talk about that chop for a minute? Can we talk about this chop?
All right, let's talk about the chop.
I feel like they didn't show her death enough to me. It was like she got bit and she was gone. It wasn't enough. It wasn't like the comic book. I needed to see more. I saw more Sam getting devoured than I did her.
Exactly. That was really messed up. They showed Sam getting all chewed up.
It was awful.
And that crushed me, ladies.
And didn't even show her. They showed him, but didn't show her get chopped up, get eaten up.
It really crushed me. I was hurt. I was really hurt for Sam.
When they bit him in the head
for a second, I was like, did they just give us flashbacks of him thinking about him? Like he was really just hurt? Did we get flashbacks?
Wait, they showed flashbacks of Rick.
Yes.
Yes,
yeah, that was
stupid. Getting eaten.
It was
annoying. But I laugh at that.
It was too much. As I watch it, and I know how y'all feel about the Jesse thing, and I feel the same way, but it would, if they are portraying Rick as, it was a potential love interest, and I liked her, this thing, I think that, for a couple of seconds, it might have flashed back in her mind as she's getting devoured. Oh, but I remember. So I kind of I was all right with that because he's already, loony and everything. So he would stop and be like, oh, my God, she died. And I told her I was going to, save her and the family. And so that seemed kind of real to me. That seemed real.
But okay, but can we just talk about he was so out of the days that his son had to bring him back. He was like, Dad, she gonna let go of my hand. It took his son to bring him back from that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, Daddy, handle this. Hello.
Yeah. Right.
What were you about to say, Ash?
I think if, like Lainey said, if they had showed the part where he actually said he would take care of them, that would have been something different. But they're just showing stupid flashes of her smiling, and I'm like,
oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Bringing gift baskets and stuff. She bringing gift baskets.
Yeah, actually right. Because I remember she was like, would you do this for anybody else? That's what I'm thinking about. But actually, right, they would have put that in the flashback. It would have brought it together while all these flashbacks were happening for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seemed really extra to me.
Right. That is true. But I want you guys to notice something, or if you guys can remember this moment where Ron actually had the gun pointed at Rick, and it wasn't until after, or maybe it was me. Was it before or after when Michonne stabbed him?
It was after.
When the gun went off.
It was
after.
It was after.
It was after. And they're gonna give her character a lot of shit for that. They're gonna give her a lot of shit for that.
Yeah.
They
It was
are.
your fault. He didn't even shoot yet.
That's right. They're gonna give
Yeah,
her
but don't worry, we'll be there to defend her.
Wait.
You know.
She killed him when he aimed the gun.
Yeah.
Okay, so he hadn't shot it yet, but he just aimed it, and she killed him.
Right.
Yeah.
Saving Rick, basically. And it ended up shooting Carl, which was, I don't know why they did it that way.
I don't either.
But let me ask you guys something. Did at the part where Father Gabriel, takes the baby, right? And I'm thinking, because I have kids, and I'm thinking, has Father Gabriel ever held Judith? Because a normal baby's gonna cry the minute they go to a stranger. So I'm like, they just passing her off and she ain't gonna cry?
No, actually,
She probably thought it was Tyrese.
Judith did look upset. No, Judith had looked upset, or the baby that's acting as Judith. She did look upset. I feel like there was a moment where she really cried.
Most babies cry. Most babies cry out loud. They're like, they make some kind of noise like, oh, I got a problem with this. Who is this guy that y'all handing me off to? Like that. So that was something like I felt was a little bit of an inconsistency. He never
had a post out though. They did. Her lips got to look like she was start crying.
Inconsistent to me was the whole Eugene, Tara, and Rosita scene. I don't know if they were purposely waiting for Carol and Morgan to wake up, but I felt like Tara line was completely unnecessary because you just met Denise. You want to go out there and save her, and like
no, because she's a doctor. She's a doctor, so she's got to be a top.
Okay, let's take doctor out of the equation and focus on team family first.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can't take doctor out of it because if she's not a doctor, then
However, she didn't say doctor. Like this is the only doctor in the zone. We need to go get her. She was thinking out of something completely different, which was
her feelings. Yeah, her feelings were involved.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I see.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's what I saw. So
what? Go ahead.
No, I'm done. That's it.
No. I was thinking about the fact that Rosita pointed out something when she was talking with Tara, and I didn't even. And that was a good point that they made. And Rosita's explaining to Tara, listen, that wolf needs her. He ain't gonna kill her. It's clear he ain't gonna kill her. He needs her. So right now, yeah, we're in a bad situation, but he's not gonna kill her because they already know that he needs her because he's got this infection. I didn't even think of that point. You know, I didn't even think that far into the situation at hand. Right now, let's deal with this here. He ain't going to kill her. He needs her. That's why he's taking her. So I thought that was brilliant. I thought that was a brilliant point to bring up. I would have never thought of that.
I personally just didn't care. I wanted them to get back to Rick and Michonne and Carl.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you. Yes. Because I was like, they made it seem like this chop was going to happen within the first 5 minutes of the show. What's going on? You know?
It was very anticlimactic. I will say that.
That's what I said.
It was good, but it wasn't what I expected. But you know what? I'm also realizing that my expectations are really high for the show. I mean, real high. You know, like ridiculous.
You know, it should be. Because, I mean, it started off high. You know, they were doing that. They were giving us that. And now it's kind of like, you know, we expecting for y'all to bring the comics to life. And when you don't deliver...
I'm thinking that my expectations are really too high because the thing that they was talking about with Michonne taking off Rick's smock, you know, and they made it seem like and no, it wasn't as detailed as how they made it out to be. She just took it off. She just took it off. There wasn't any scene in it, you know, that we could grab at, you know, and analyze. She just took that shit off.
Well, she didn't grab on his muscles while she took it off.
No, but okay, I can see what you're saying, you guys. But you guys need to. Well, let's go back a little bit. Carl got shot. Rick is carrying Carl. Michonne, you can. I don't know if that was fair, but I was afraid for Michonne because she was clearing the path, getting all three of them to the infirmary. So I don't know. I just feel like it was just three of them against all these walkers, and it was like in that family moment where like, please protect them. I know they're gonna be okay, but I didn't get that out of that moment. What the moment that I got, and you guys will see it if you was following Tumblr, because I turned my head away because I was eating my lobster. Y'all seen the picture of my dinner, right? So I was eating my lobster, and I heard some kind of smooch, and I was like, and then Michonne walking out the door. I said, did Michonne just kiss Carl on the forehead? You know, it was
yes. Ooh, that touched my heart to my core. That touched me. Yeah.
That was the best episode.
I cried.
Hey, Vicky.
Hey.
Hey, yeah, but that part was I was like, oh my God, did she just kiss him on the forehead? That was so sweet. It was
sweet.
It was perfect. You know, she's going out, but she's doing more than what Rick would have did. Rick just went out there, but a mother would definitely be like, I'm going out here. I may be going out to my death. I know that you're in a situation, but I got to do this. And you kiss your child. You always kiss your child when you're going out into something you don't know what's going to happen, right?
Right.
That's exactly what she did.
That's how it gets done, Jesse.
That's right.
You do it.
That's how it gets done.
That's how it gets done. Like she told him, no bullshit. Go with Father Gabriel to that church. Oh, I mean that garage. Go with him.
What did you guys think about the opening?
They still
what
got
did
to
you
show.
think about the what? Sorry, what was that, Ash?
Did y'all talk about it already with Daryl and Sasha and Abraham?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
but what do you
talked about
think?
it at the beginning.
Yeah, but what do you think, Ash? What do you think about the opening?
I loved it. I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be the most epic episode ever. And then we went into 15 minutes of bullshit. But it was really
Exactly.
That's the first time I
You know, there was some really great moments. I mean, look at the zoners. Okay, the zoners pulled through.
Yes, that was great.
Yeah, they did pull through.
Honestly.
Yeah.
They
They
did.
went out there and they fought alongside Team Family. It was epic. I mean, oh my God! And then the splash shots where they were all like killing walkers. Each character, they showed them.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
What about Father Gabriel's speech in the church? I was just like, yo, I was like, that's what these people needed to hear. It was like yes, we have faith in God, but you have to understand, you have to put it on the level. It's like God gave us the courage and the strength to go out here and fight. Yes, we got to go out there. And I love that speech. I was like, that was a redeemer for me, for Father Gabriel. That was a redeemer. It's like, and because he was smiling, he was like, yo, let's talk. We talking about faith. We strong. We got to go out there and do it. Do or die. We need to get this done. And he poked them up and got them out there. That was that was a redeeming point as far as I'm concerned for Father Gabriel, because he got everybody out that church to get out there and fight, because that's what was needed. If we're going to save this community, we all have to do it. Even with Eugene was like, no, even if it was for aesthetics or whatever, Eugene was like, look, they're going to be talking about this story. I'm not in this story. I gotta be out there.
Yeah, even if I kill one walker, I got to be out there.
I gotta be in this story. So yeah, it was I'll give it to him. It was a good episode as far as I'm concerned. Aside from the Anderson stuff, it was a good episode throughout. Aside from that part there.
Mm-hmm.
So I have two things to point out. One, I think the wolf was redeeming himself, and two, however, how it was a badass move from Daryl part as far as luring the walkers away. But anyone ever thought that maybe that water was their shower water?
Yes, I was.
Anybody thought of that? Like it was the water for the pipes.
I was thinking about that. I thought that might have been like their drinking water, and they might have been filtering it or something.
I was really worried for that water. I never worried. But yeah, but I really think the wolf did redeem himself. Okay, there was a moment where the wolf and Denise made their way to the ladder, and Denise got pulled back by a walker, and he went back to help her, and in the process he got bit.
That was sad, actually.
Well, there's a question from Simple4321, and she asked, what are your thoughts about Carol killing the wolf? Did you all think he changed? So
I think he was.
My question is, how did Carol kill the wolf?
He just came out of nowhere and shot him.
She was standing somewhere up on like a ledge of some sort, maybe on the second or third floor of a building. But I think
she a ghost? But what is she? Is she a ghost? Because she be popping up at places and killing people, and I'm like, girl, where were you at? Where was the balcony at? Where you just came on the balcony and shot this dude? Where you She come out of nowhere and just be killing folks. I'm like, where she come from? That man was trying to help her. No.
Yes, I really think he was on the road of redemption.
Yeah,
more like him actually, which was really odd.
I didn't like that. I didn't like her doing that, to be honest. So I kind of felt like he was redeeming himself, and then she just shot him out of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, that's Carol. That's what she does. Shoot and ask questions later.
But you know what? There was a moment between her and Morgan, and he brought up the whole child thing. Why are people bringing up everybody else's child but Michonne's child? I don't understand that.
I don't know. We ain't gonna never know.
But he brought up the whole child thing, and there was a moment where I guess maybe Carol had like an epiphany that we didn't see, but we're so assumed that she had one. But it all changed when she shot the wolf. So that just completely null that whole scene that she did with Morgan. But
well, maybe
you know what I'm talking about, right?
She knew she couldn't kill Morgan. So she was like, let me shoot this wolf. I can't kill more.
Trigger
Gotta
happy.
be on my quota.
I ain't killed nobody.
So let me go shoot him.
I agree. Who said trigger happy? Because I back that. I back that 100%. I really think that she's going somewhere. I don't know where her mindset is, but we'll see. You know. Okay.
We got another question from Simple4321. She
Hey,
says,
Simple4321.
you always have really good questions. So this one is, do you think Michonne is going to pull away from Rick and Carl once Carl wakes up for fear that she might hurt him? My fear that she will blame herself for him getting shot. Any thoughts?
No, I don't.
No.
It's like I'll start talking about it.
No.
All right, so Karen, why don't you think she'll pull away?
I just thought of that one episode in season 4 when after Michonne found Carl and Rick in that house, she told them done take breaks. So I just immediately thought of that, and I was like, no, she's not. She said she's been taking breaks. So that's what I thought. That's what I said.
Yeah,
Right.
I feel like maybe she might blame herself. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I can kind of see her doing that. But I don't think she'll pull away. I think something else might just cause some like angst for her or something.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like that was the case in the rest of the episode, maybe just because they were so busy with everything else. But I think she just focused on, especially if he wakes up, like I think she'll be focused on him surviving and the rest of them surviving. Like the next episode, they're out in the woods or something. So she seems okay.
The writers are so lazy. The writers are so lazy. I really do believe that they're going to use that. They're going to use it somehow or another. She's going to, because it wasn't like a situation where Michonne, the shot happened, to be true, so the shot happened and hit Carl because of Michonne. Because the shot, he let the shot off after she stabbed him. It was very obvious, and I mean, I'll watch it again tomorrow morning. But it was obvious that the angle of that shot came because of Michonne stabbing him, and I think they're going to use something like that. Now, it may not be in the forefront or anything, but she's going to feel very much. Maybe that's why she kissed him, because she knew that shot went off and hit him in the eye because of that.
No.
I didn't get that from it, but
I didn't get that. I
got the mother part.
Maybe she won't blame herself, but I have a feeling that there are going to be a bunch of people who watched who are going to be like, Michelle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna.
You know who they're going to be? Those people that's going to be blaming her about that part? The Jessie fans.
Yeah.
that's only one person. So.
Well, she's gone now, so.
Yeah, it just feels like they can never let her just, do
But
something.
I want to see, how come they didn't show Jessie as a walker? That was in the comic. That was iconic. When Jessie was there as a walker, how are they not going to show that? Maybe they'll show it I hope they show it in a flashback. Because we were supposed to be seeing.
Well, I don't think so, because aren't they going to be flashing forward? They're going to be moving forward, right?
Yeah.
We're not going to pick up from after what happened. It's going to be like a couple of days or weeks or whatever of a flash forward.
Because everybody was dead set on seeing Deanna as a walker, and actually, as far as with the comic go, unless they're going to clean it up or something, that was an iconic moment with Abraham killing Jessie. But that was an iconic moment.
They're just the writers again. They're lazy.
They are. That's why I'm saying that. They'll go that route. That's why I'm saying that.
I'm really okay with never seeing her again. So.
Me too.
Not even her walking.
That.
Wait a minute. Let me ask you guys something. Okay, let me ask you this. Okay, now we all have our own feelings about Jessie and everything. How did you feel about that scene with her and Sam getting eaten and all of that stuff? How did you all, as an actress, I guess I would say, not as how you feel about Jessie? I thought she did really good with that. And I felt as though that Sam did really good with that too. When he was like, you know, he was paralyzed and he couldn't move. I thought that felt really like I said on Tumblr, I was like, that is probably the best performance that I've seen with that kid in the show. That scene, it was heart wrenching. It was heart wrenching.
I was really mostly focused on Ron and Sam's face. I only saw them. I wasn't paying attention to Jessie because by this time I was tearing up and I was very emotional for them too. I feel for those two boys.
Yeah.
Because like I said in previous conversation, I keep telling you guys that I just thought Jessie was horrible, is a horrible mom and all this stuff, but I was just emotionally torn for them. I didn't get a chance to actually see her face. I saw Ron frozen, shock, freaking out for Sam, and Sam just getting eaten by those walkers, and
And there was a time lapse in there too, with all those scenes that were happening. It was like, it seemed as though, because remember when Rick had saw Sam getting eaten, it seemed like it was every bit of a minute or 2 minutes, and I'm only thinking to myself, in reality, I'm like, I'd see something like that happen, and I'd make a move or something. It's like, come on, we gotta go. You know, this is bad. You know, it's like.
But he did, but they all were still frozen.
They were also paralyzed, you know. It was like, what are y'all doing? I'm like in a movie, you know. It's like, what are y'all doing? Come on, y'all got to keep moving. What's wrong with y'all?
Well, that's what Carl was trying to say. Like, Jessie, we need to go. Stop staring. We need to go. And then
she couldn't move.
Yeah,
she could not move. She was done. I felt like she gave up right then and there. She just gave up. She couldn't go anymore.
Yay.
Even when the walkers were biting her, she didn't have a reaction. She just was like, you know, she didn't feel anything. It's just like out of her body, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't see her open and like she was screaming or anything, but I'm just glad.
I mean, even still, you have to consider the fact if you got kids, anybody on the chat, and you see your kid eaten alive.
Yeah, I probably would freeze up and just die myself.
You're gonna be like in a state of shock. So that's why I was saying, you know, how'd you feel about her performance? Because she's watching her kid being eaten alive, and she hasn't necessarily experienced something like that full hand like the group. But you know, I don't know. I don't know how I would do in something like that. You know, it'd be like, oh my God, you know, they're tearing into my child, and I felt as though as an actress she came off with it because she was like in hysterics. She's like, oh my, you know, but when you go back and think on it, it's like, listen. You know, it's like you fucked up with this kid in the first place. You know, you was feeding him bullshit all this time. So it's like, what? Why are you even surprised, so to speak?
Well, I've got like 6 hours before my download is ready.
What are you downloading?
The episode, so I can watch
it. That sucks. Oh my God. Oh well, as I said, even with us talking about it and you're hearing about it, it's still going to be different because I read the spoilers and everything. I knew how the episode primarily was going to go, but it was still interesting enough when you watch the episode. It's still good. It's still good.
Well, I mean, I don't really mind that I didn't get to watch it live because, I don't know, I just wasn't that interested in, like, what was going to happen because I kind of knew what was going to happen anyway. So I think I'm okay with not being able to watch this one, but, like, in the future, like, hopefully there'll be some, like, really good stuff, and then I don't want to be spoiled about that at all.
I'm going to be really honest here. I'm just gonna just say this. When I saw the spoilers from the Spoiling Dead fans, and I was, however, I was excited that, that there were going to be like a Richonne moment. Something, I guess, a little piece of me was I was expecting disappointment. Like I'm like, I put all these spoilers and these high expectations, but I was just bracing myself that I wasn't gonna get what I wanted to see when they return tonight. And I'm really glad, because it was a good episode, but it was like a little bit of a downer, because I thought that we were gonna go right into the whole walking into the herd scene.
Yeah.
But we had to wait for that to be so anticlimactic, and but I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I don't read the spoilers.
How?
I do.
I wish I could figure
like, I do. I do.
I just don't want it to be spoiled, so I just don't read them.
I agree. I really thought that we were going to get the chop, because the way I read the spoilers, it was kind of like we were going to go right into the chop, and then the episode was just going to just take off. But there were bits and pieces where it sped up, then it slowed down, and it just kind of, there were some people I could have dealt without in the episode. There we go. That's what I think.
Yeah, the thing that I really want is like that moment when Michonne tells Rick about Andre. And like I had a feeling it was going to be in this episode, so I was like, I don't really care.
I don't think we're going to get it.
I don't think we're going to get it. We had that moment. I don't think we're going to get it. I really don't.
I don't think we're going to get it either.
I
really
don't. That's like, that would be such like a pivotal moment for the relationship. Like, if they don't get that, then like, what are they doing?
Because look at this next episode. Ain't it just Rick and
Daryl?
No, Michonne was in the
forest with Spencer, but
she was Spencer. She ain't with Rick. She was Spencer. Talking about what he can't do. Now we got another person talking about what he can't do. I'm tired of people talking about what they can't do. Oh, you just slayed 50 zombies, and now we're going back on what you can't do.
You're right. This episode, he was slashing some walkers. So I mean, what is there left to do? I mean, just
what can you not do? What can you not do?
Yeah. But I must admit, I mean, Rick looked really hot.
Oh, he always does.
Even though he don't never take baths, he don't believe in taking baths.
And I'm just so disgusted with myself, because I'm like, Jesus, he's so hot.
He's always hot.
I'm going to be honest. I was annoyed with Rick right after the chop, and I just couldn't really get into the rest of the episode.
Tell us why.
Why were you annoyed with him?
Why, Ash? Why? Why was you?
I didn't know that lady. Like, really? You know her for 3 days.
I agree. I agree.
I'm still annoyed.
They had to have a montage of all 4 episodes she was in.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Remember that time? The other time? Yeah, that was great. That first time. I'm mad.
Okay.
I'll get over it.
Oh man.
But that part,
they had to be dramatic.
Yeah.
But that part in the show, like I said, the innocent part aside from it, the part with Glenn, I'm still gonna be bothered with that. I think I'll probably carry that shit all week. I know I'm going to carry that. They almost killed Glenn again. I can't take it.
I know.
I can't. He was all surrounded. And why are you constantly putting Glenn's life at risk put somebody else's life at risk, please.
I know. I'm like, quit playing with Glenn. Please stop.
I think they're doing this on purpose. I really, really think that they're doing this on purpose. I think they want to throw us off when we finally do meet Negan, because everyone is talking about, oh, Glenn is gonna get Lucille and all this stuff, and they've been playing Glenn with this whole bat thing and tampering with his,
I know.
with
Yes.
his set. This is big 5, so I really think that's to throw us off.
Back in season 5, and they at the trough, and it's like the guys, he's practicing his golf swing, and it's like, oh God, please don't kill Glenn. I'm pulling at my hair, it's like, please don't do this.
It best not be Glenn. I know that much.
Yes. Yes.
You guys, I really think it's gonna be Glenn.
Oh, please.
If they come out and if they keep Daryl and we got Dwight coming in, I'm just gonna be like, whatever. I'm so alright.
Danielle, I'm so happy you brought that up. Okay, you guys, a few weeks ago, someone posted over on Facebook all the kids of The Walking Dead, and they're all these these white girls, and I was wondering if there isn't any other children of color in the zombie apocalypse anymore, or are they just going to continually keep bringing more of these? I don't know. It was just really weird that the only 2 pivotal children of character that we have seen was Noah and Dwayne. And Dwayne was season 1, and then we had Noah's horrific death in season 5. Is that it?
I don't understand.
Like,
I don't understand children of. Like, I was talking to Pure 80 once about this. I don't understand why there's no color. There's no Asian children or Hispanic, Black, or Native American or Indian. There's no one. It's just like a bunch of white kids. I don't want to sound like prejudiced in any way, but I don't understand that. I don't get it. That's all I was going to say.
I'm sorry, I had a little bit of trouble hearing you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was saying that I had a discussion with Pure 8 on Blur once, and I was saying that I don't understand where like all the children of color are. Like, I was like, where are they? Like, there's not any Asian kids or Hispanic or Native American or Indian or Black children. There's no one. It's just a bunch of white kids. And I was just like, I don't really understand that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I can kind of understand why there aren't so many kids, but I think there's a problem with like not having any other people of color, because they've just got like Glenn, and then they've got Rosita, and then they've got like Michonne and
I tell you
like,
what,
there's just not
happened,
enough people of color. Period. So
Yeah.
after what happened with Hollywood and the diversity this year, when they start filming next year, I bet you we'll see a whole lot of them then. I said, because everybody's watching everybody now. Everybody's watching everybody. They're going to have a little bit of everybody.
I hope so.
And they should be watching, because we need. I need something more from this show. I guess
we need more reality. That's what we need.
We need more reality. Exactly. But I think that we'll see a shift in all of that, even though they tend to focus on a lot of white people as far as the show is concerned. And even like I've always felt as though even with the music, I mean, not to put anything against Bear McCready. I was like, but you have a whole lot of people watching the show. There are other soundtracks or other people that can contribute to the show just besides this guy. I don't know if it's a contract or whatever, but there were, you don't always have to use headbanging music. You just don't. It doesn't always have to be headbanging music. So I'm wondering if we're going to see a big shift in television as a whole. Actually, I mean, not to get off subject or anything, but everybody is watching that now. Everybody's watching. It's like you're gonna stick with this same old. You're gonna stick with this same thing. You need to bring some more people. And as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, because I got family in Alexandria, there is a great big portion of Alexandrians that are African American, and you got all these white people here, all of them, and you got sprinkles of black people in it. Alexandria is full of black people,
and they ain't got no kids.
Yeah, and they ain't got, and they ain't got no kids.
Kids died.
If it's the only orphan that came to your community, no, I'm not trying to hear that. No, kids got more resilience than that. Y'all remember the little girl that was in the plane crash, and was it in Kentucky, and she like 8 or 9, and she navigated her way through the woods, and she ain't got nobody, no real clothes. No, kids have a survival thing that is probably more innate than what adults have. They know how to survive. There should be more kids across the board in the show, not just Carl and Enid and Ron and Sam. There should be enough kids there. They need to bring more kids in there. Put it that way.
I don't want no more kids on this show, honestly. Please no. I barely want the kids we do see.
They can just throw in the little black kids in the background.
We're down to 2, and that's Carl and Judith. So
even what happened to Enid?
They don't even have to necessarily be a subject. They don't have to be having to do with the plot or anything. But you need more kids in there of all ages. Kids are survivors. They have that instinct in them before they are quote unquote damaged by life. They know how to survive. They need to have more kids in there.
I just want to see more kids of color. Okay, that's.
Well, they are going to the hilltop. Maybe we'll see. They have a lot of kids at the hilltop. Remember?
Yeah, we'll see about that one too.
And I think they had some black kids there, right? Didn't they have a couple of black kids in the hilltop?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
So we'll see where we go with that.
Oh, you know what? I also wanted to ask you guys if anybody had. All right, I know that Michonne was she's worried about Rick and everything. I'm getting a little bit perturbed about Michonne always being concerned about Rick and his family. Are they ever going to be concerned about her and her well-being? I mean, I get it. She loves these 2 people, or loves that little family right there. But I want something in return, just like in the profile they had at the beginning of the season. So I want to see some people come around and be like, and care about her well-being. So right. I'm hoping to see that later on in the season. But as far as everything goes with Michonne's character, it's like she's always coming through. She constantly coming through for everybody. Yeah. Does anybody want to come through for her?
Well, I mean, isn't that like, sorry, I was just going to say, isn't that like what Deanna was asking her, like, what do you want? When she was saying, like, what do you want? And Michonne was like, I don't know, because she's always thinking about other people and not herself. So
right.
Hopefully we will.
Yeah. We need some clarification on that part. It's like Michonne is always coming through for people, and it's time for people to be showing Michonne. It's like, yes, we'll ride or die for you as well, like that. Yeah. Michonne is ride or die for everybody in that community. We need to know that you are also feel the same way that she does about you guys. We need to see that.
I agree.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's.
So that part with Michonne, and it would, like I said, I didn't see the kiss. I'll watch it again later on tonight. But when she kissed Carl, it was like, you don't know this little boy from here to there, and you felt that. And they haven't really even shown. They shown little clips of the bond between Michonne and Carl, but nothing to the extent that I would say we need, the audience, so to speak. It's like, oh, and she kissed him.
But we're under the impression, or they're supposed to. We are. Oh, fudge, monkey ball sack. Give me a second. We are already. They are. Carl and Michonne was at the point of that friendship in season 4. I think we're supposed to assume that they have been on the road for like days. I'm not gonna say like it was just an episode they were on the road. I think that they were on the train tracks for days, seeking out shelter.
But we need to
drop the ball on that, and we have to assume that their relationship has continued to progress because they haven't shown it to us since season 4, really.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't want
to laziness on the part of the writers.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Kay said it. It's all about the writing. It's they're giving us all these little open and ending, and then expecting us to fill in the rest. Come on, like, you guys, I'm still seething over the whole Rick coming back to the zone when the RV broke down.
Yeah, I was thinking about that today when I watched that.
I'm still trying to figure that one out. There's a lot of moments, but I just think that Michonne she already talked to Carl about her son. There was a moment where they stood off to the side when they got to Terminus, and Rick was watching them as she was talking to him some more about who she was in the past and hugging him. Didn't they hug?
Yeah.
They hugged, right?
Yeah. They need to make sure to emphasize a little bit more on that relationship, because to have us go ahead and assume that they are continually close, well, we didn't get that part throughout season 5B. We didn't get any of that. How about the interaction between the two of them when they were traveling to DC? Just anything to make him laugh because she's trying to lift his spirits. We don't have any of that in regards to how close their relationship is. They can't. It seems as though they can only. Maybe they don't have the time to do it. Maybe it's in deleted scenes or whatever. But those kinds of moments. And I had posted something on Tumblr earlier today in regards to when Rick went to go see Jessie about her getting beat up and everything, and she was like, "Oh, Noah's a sweet kid," and I was like, "She didn't even know fucking Noah. We never saw
I don't know why they put that in there.
Yeah. We never saw that shit. We don't know.
When did she talk to Noah?
We don't know nothing about Noah. What the hell? And as far as I'm concerned, I'm looking at it like, what the hell are you talking about? You don't know Noah. You don't know. He may have been an asshole from beginning to end. You don't know. We don't know. So those little instances are important as far as with the story and how they're trying to build it, as far as I'm concerned. We don't. Yeah, they had that moment in season 4 and season 5 at the church, but what are the other little moments that they had since being at them?
And the thing is, they could have had those little moments in there, like in episode 3 of this season. like when she comes back to the safe show, like they could have shown like Carl's reaction to seeing her again after thinking like she might be dead, or they could have added these little things, but they can't be bothered, and it's just lazy writing.
It is lazy writing, and I just realized that it's only AMC that's funding The Walking Dead. They don't have any other backing, so it's like they're trying to save as much money as they possibly can. So
no, they're cheap. They're making $80 million on every episode. It's not like they're struggling to make this show.
Guess who's going to be on Talking Dead next week?
Who?
Denai.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, who?
What?
Denai. She's going to be on
Denai and
who? Denai's going to be on next week?
Yes.
Just Denai?
Well, I just saw the tweet. Just now. She's going to be on Talking Dead. I think that's great. She needs to be protected because you guys know how Chris is. On his...
Yeah. I'm just remembering the last time she was on, that was for The Distance, and I really liked that episode, so maybe...
Yeah, but Chris wasn't really asking the questions that he needs to be asking her, because I thought that he was intimidated by her intelligence. She was just running the whole Talking Dead episode.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer that Chris Hardwick he's a fanboy and all this thing, but I really do think that he's under contract with AMC and The Walking Dead to always speak positively about everything with regard to The Walking Dead, because some of the stuff that he says, it's like, are you serious? It's like I can't believe you are saying this. It's like that's
why he got attacked on Twitter. Because there was some things that was going on in the Talking Dead that it needed to be recognized and, as Olivia Pope would say, handled. And
y'all handled it.
Yeah, because it was just look, just make sure you guys tweet as much as you can when she comes on next week.
Did you go get him? Didn't you go after Hardwick?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
It was.
It looks like he was talking some trash on Talking Dead. I got an email from Rochelle Lucas. She says, that chop was lovely. Also, Chris needs to have several sits about Rick losing his girlfriend. Sad face. So I guess he was...
What?
That's the first thing he said, and I turned off the TV.
What did he say?
He just said Rick lost his girlfriend. He was restating what happened in the episode, and that was
that wasn't even his girlfriend. They made out one time. Get over it.
And it wasn't even a make-out. It was eerie and creepy. It was done in the dark.
Making out one time does not make somebody your girlfriend or boyfriend. I know.
But you guys, that wasn't even a make-out. It was done in the dark. It was hidden. It was still creepy to me.
He was creepy that whole episode.
I watched that episode today. I finally watched that kiss scene. And I don't know what people were talking about, but I was really glad when The Walking Dead had to do damage control after that, when they got bad raps from the press, the entertainment press, and that's why they had to Negan. Guess who's playing Negan? Jeffrey's playing Negan, and all focus was on the new Negan character and not on that scene. Yeah.
Like, don't think about that episode. Don't think about it.
Yeah. It was just a terrible, terrible episode.
I couldn't stop thinking about it.
But does Simple have any more questions for us? Because
yeah. Going back to Rick, she says, hold on. Rick going out there by himself proves that Rick can become unstable at any moment. Rick put everyone at risk. I get what the writers were doing, but it felt over the top. Rick going solo. And then for Emmy, Rick still has no ass, smiley face.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Simple. talking about the bottom half of your question there. I don't care. I like Rick's bomb. Okay, I do. I don't care. There's something to hold on to, regardless. There is something there, and I'm okay with that. His bullet just make things work. Okay, leave me alone.
I like all Rick. I don't have anything to say bad about him.
I just
He's all good.
Yeah, it's okay. But maybe it was a little bit risky. You know, I think he just kind of got okay. Yeah, he was a little unstable. I mean, Carl just got shot, and I think he needed to take out his frustration and anger and on some walkers. So he had to do what he needed to do.
He was about to get that ass toe up, though. He's about to get 8. You know what I'm saying? Here comes Michonne again playing Captain Sable. Because he's about to get eaten.
My point exactly earlier. That was my point exactly.
He was about to get eaten, and here she come again.
My point exactly.
He didn't think that through.
We've got another one from Candy Ma 22, and she says, I was hyped for the chop, but seeing it play out felt anticlimactic. I felt bad for Sam and wasn't surprised when Jesse froze. I was waiting for the moment when Ron would shoot Carl, so I didn't really take the moment in.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe she should watch it again on the rewatch. I felt the same way, but I'm also busy looking for the chop. So my focus was elsewhere, but I don't know. I guess on the rewatch, it probably would, at least for me anyway, it'll hold some kind of significance, because when it was all said and done, and when Carl did the thing, when he turned around, he was like, Dad, and he had the busted eye. I was like, oh, God, no!
I thought about you, Lainey, with that. I was like, she said he was too cute to get shot in the eye. I thought about you.
I was like, he was cute to get shot. They turned around and he got the blood
pouring out that eye.
I was like, they shot that little boy in the eye. What's wrong with them?
It just all went by so fast.
What was that, Ash?
I said it went by so fast, like it was hard to process. Maybe another watch would do it better.
Yeah.
It was just like
really? Man, it was like the camera was panned right on his face. I was like, oh my goodness.
Sequence, like from the chop to Carl, it was like maybe I was just too mad because he was flashing back to that dumb bitch, but I was really like, wait,
Yeah, I was still trying to process that chop. I was still trying to process that. Yeah, and then we see Carl. Yeah, I was
just really glad that the chop was done. Like, it happened so those Jesse fans can just stay out of Richonne's tags and just leave us the hell alone.
But you know they're never going to stop.
Yeah, they're going to keep going. They're never going to stop.
That little montage that they had to her, that is going to play out for a long time, because it was like he was busy thinking about her, in which that's what they want to do. They want to make you think, make you believe that Rick was busy thinking about her as all of it was going down. And all I'm thinking to myself, right, as I'm watching it happen, if that was Lori, he would not have just stood there and watched it happen. He would have been like, he would have been so, it would not have happened like that had that been his wife.
Right.
It was like almost like an afterthought.
Yeah, Lori loved her kids, and she was sort of
like, it came across as an afterthought for Rick. Like an afterthought. If that had been Lori, his wife, there would have been no way any of that shit would have went down. It was like, oh yeah, but I like her, and then all the montages started popping up. popping up all over the place. But had that somebody active that he had that kind of emotion for, he would have went through all kinds of things to ensure that she was all right. So that's what I think those flashbacks represent. But I liked her. It's like, oh, I didn't do what I was supposed to do for her. Oh, he's going to feel some guilt behind that. That's why it is so imperative that they show this girl as a walker and have her being put down, preferably Rick putting her down. Put her down.
I don't want to see her crying.
But that gives her too much emotional pull. She's a nobody. I don't believe that he really cared about her. I don't believe we should really care about her. So by having her come back as a walker would just give her too much. I don't need to see that.
The tears was bad enough. He was really crying.
Wait,
he was really crying. I mean, he was tearing up. I was like, really, Rick? Dang.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem with the whole story, because if he didn't cry over her, then he's like a cold, terrible person. But now he's crying over this woman, and I can't care about her, and it's really terrible. It's bad writing.
Yeah, I thought Rick was doing the most. I was like, this is just ridiculous. It's like, it wasn't even that deep. Your relationship was not that deep.
Right. And then the sad thing is the flashback happened twice, because when he started chopping her hand off, they showed the flashback again, but in red. So I was like, another flashback, really?
Why is it red?
I don't get it.
It sounds really over the top, because if they had actually made her a good character, then you wouldn't have need all of this flashy stuff.
It was so dumb.
Remember her. That could have been something, It's like, oh my God, I can't.
It's like they got a computer program and let's make things black and white. Now let's make things red. It'll be fun.
Yeah. He's tapping off her arm, and then her face is just flashing, and it's just red. I'm like, why?
Artistic creativity is what they were doing.
It was a bad version of something.
Colors red.
What was that?
Huh?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, we got another question from Candy Ma, and she says, do you guys think Carl will have amnesia like in the comics, or will they go straight to him having a personality change?
Personality
change.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that.
The story would be a lot more interesting if they give him amnesia, because then he doesn't have any recollection of killing his mother. But it's also going to bring more story, more avenues to the story, because he remembers Michonne but don't remember killing his mother. He remembers Michonne, but he doesn't remember the story that she told him about Andre. I think they're going to use that too. That story that.
That would be great.
They're going to the writers are lazy. I think they're going to gloss over Michonne's son for whatever reason. Since Carl doesn't remember that story, then it will be like nobody knows about Andre. And they're going to move forward like that.
I would be very disappointed.
I think they are.
I don't see the point of it.
You know what?
I don't understand why, what's his name? Carl asked if Rick knew, and she said he didn't. I think there was a point to that, and so it'll probably come out. I don't know when, but I think
if Richonne is going to happen, it has to come up. There's no way she can be in a relationship with him and not share something that deep and intimate. So it needs to happen if they're going to do it.
There's a scene in the comic where that I think is coming up in the show, where they're at a gas station and Rick starts crying in the gas station, and Andrea comes to check on him. And I'm wondering if that might be a good point. for Andre to come up.
Could be.
I don't know.
That would be.
I think they're gonna save that moment, that Andre moment, for something that they're keeping it in the wings for when they need it. That's what I think they're doing.
I'm feeling really iffy right now. The more as we're talking about tonight's episode, because early in the conversation, Lainey, you said something about Sasha attitude, and
Yeah.
Is it just me, or are they really giving Sasha more scenes? It's like they can't. It's like they can't give them. It's like they can't give them equal amount of scenes. It's like they have to pick one, or is it just me?
They are.
No, they are.
No, it's not.
Because all of a sudden she wasn't getting scenes, and now she's getting all the scenes. Yeah.
No, but don't make it seem like
I'm sorry, what was that last part, Lainey?
Yeah.
I said, don't make it seem like we don't want Sasha.
Are you that you don't think, or you don't want to appear that we're saying that we don't want Sasha to have scenes, but we just want them to have equal scenes?
Right. But they're giving a lot of good scene, dialogue, and story to Sasha and Carol, and you are leaving Michonne out there with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I was noticing that when I was watching, parts of season 5, the episodes, even before that. It's like Carol, and I know that not everybody is crazy about Carol. I will not discount Carol because she's a female. She's a mother, lost a kid. She's always going to be in that top ranking for me. But they are giving her a lot of good story, and they have not provided Michonne with any good story other than the fact that she lost her kid and her and the father of the kid. They're not giving her nothing. Even with this episode that happened tonight, Carol is conflicted with the fact that she didn't kill Morgan, that she should have, and then she killed the wolf, and he was the one trying to help Denise get, they're not giving Michonne any kind of good. Even if you don't like Carol, you're still drawn into her story because she's got a lot of conflict going on there. She's got story. Michonne don't have a whole lot of story. At least you're not giving us that. They're not giving us her story. So as far as with Sasha is concerned, you're giving Sasha meaty stuff. It's like, but Michonne's a part of the comic. It's like she's iconic and said you can't come up with some good stuff. For her, Sasha laying on the pile of walkers in that thing when she's gathering up all. I was like, that is a deep scene. Why can't you give Michonne something, meaty? Something that we can grab onto, other than the fact that she looking at the Grimes family. That kind. She badass, but she's more than just badass. Put it that way.
Yeah,
but she's more than that.
The thing about Michonne is that she is ahead of them because she suffered all her loss at the beginning. So now she's at the point where she's trying to figure out what she wants for her life. And that is her story. And I think that's a good story for her. Because you don't want her to just be this cold, detached person that can't feel anything. Like, that's where Carol is.
No.
But my thing is, when are we going to see her figure that out? She still figured it out. I want to see her figure it out this next episode or the episode after. Can she figure it out anytime soon, please?
Let's give her something meaty, something that we got. All right, we know that she's had some tragedy in her life, and everything has been going pretty fast ever since they left the prison. And we're focusing all this. We're focusing on Daryl and Beth being gone and Tyrese and everything. And yes, Michonne's story is good, but when are we going to hear or see what is conflicting her about her story? When are we
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I feel like they need to balance out
Point.
their time.
Yeah. You know, isn't she conflicted over the fact that she left her because her punk ass Mike didn't want to go out there? Isn't she conflicted over the fact that she left out to go find resources or whatever and come back and Mike is high and Andre is dead, or something like that? Isn't she conflicted? I tell you what, if it was me, I'd be conflicted as shit about that. I would have a problem with that. That would play a part on my psyche. That's deep shit. When they gonna get to that part with Michonne?
It's been 2 years since that happened. I don't think we're gonna get more of that.
Yeah. It's just like her last name. Now we know she doesn't have a last name. The writer, the writer studio or whatever, they said, oh, she doesn't have a last name. So we just, there we go.
I think he was joking, but not really.
I don't think he was.
I don't know. They've been doing
Well, I mean, if she doesn't have
he
a
was
last name,
joking.
obviously she decided, okay, my last name doesn't matter to me anymore. But we should see her coming to that decision and being like, this is the world now, and this is why I don't want my last name. They can give us more about Michonne and do these things rather than just not have her on at all or not explain these things.
Yeah, the way he talked about it, I don't know if I was just reading it that way, but it seemed like he was trying to avoid answering it because there was a reason for it.
I mean, just like.
But the question is, are they going to show us this reason, or is it always going to be this mystery?
I think he's more talking about the comics than the show, so I don't know what he has planned, but that's what I got from it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I'm saying that I think that the writing is lazy because they want to leave everything so goddamn open all the time. Close it up, man up. We know that Sasha was a EMT for the fire department. We know that. So you're able to mold her character into somebody, a female, going into that line of work. So you're able to form it a little bit. But we don't know nothing about Michonne.
Has that been on the show about Sasha?
They didn't say it.
They never mentioned it on the show.
No, somewhere in there they said that she was an EMT for the fire department. I'm not sure what episode it was, but I have that in my mind that she was a.
I thought she was a firefighter.
Yeah, Sonequa said she's a firefighter. She was a firefighter, rather. But it's never been.
It's only on Talking Dead.
Firefighter, but
mentioned it on the show.
Here comes the chop again. They're redoing the episode.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm down to 3 hours now.
But yeah, I just feel as though they need to start. They need to expand on Michonne's story. They did not. It's enough already. We know pretty much. Even with Tara, and guys, don't hate me for this, but I really am hoping that they kill Tara because I don't like her. I don't like that.
Don't worry, me too. I'm done with her.
I don't like Tara.
She's gonna die soon. I think she's gonna die soon.
It's not gonna be soon enough. She should have been dead a long time ago. I don't like her.
Yeah,
I don't like her.
I agree. She should have been dead since season 4.
It's like as if the powers that be said, "Oh, we need another female on the show," and they made up this character, and it's not working.
Who sucks? I never liked her character, and I don't like her when she does any. Okay.
No, I was done with her character. They welcome her into the group too quickly.
Yeah.
Too quickly.
Just
because you helped me get my wife back doesn't necessarily mean that Rick should welcome you into the fold. I mean, that was just nonsense. Very unbelievable.
I gave her a pass, but the second time that she fell and she had a problem walking, I was like, no, she out. I was had my hand at my throat and said she cut. It's too much. They're using her as some kind of plot device or some kind of easily throw in this story here. By the time she got, how many times you gonna fall and hurt yourself? That's like
and hit your head and get a concussion.
Yeah,
every episode that girl get hurt. Every episode.
Remember back in season 4 when she fell with the governor and she hurt herself, and then she fell again in season 5. I was done with her by season 5. I was like, that's it. I can't deal with her.
She got the same story every season.
Yeah, always. So I'm really hoping that she's gonna die in this season. Please let her. Please let her get Lucille. That's what I want. I want her to get Lucille because I hate her character so much.
She don't deserve that. I want her to get that arrow to the eye. That's what I want her to get.
That would be so sweet. That would be so sweet. I would love something like that.
Yeah, what was that episode when Carol was talking to that prisoner and he just got shot out of nowhere?
That was so redeeming. Sarah's character, if she got the arrow through the eye, that would redeem her. I'd like her then.
Yeah. I'd be like, girl, you didn't know what was coming, but thank you. You know? Yeah.
I don't hate Tara necessarily. I don't like that we've got all this backstory for her when there's people that we've known a lot longer and we're more interested in. Mm-hmm. And I feel like she's just taking up space that she doesn't have the right to pick up.
Right.
I don't like that she's got a last name. She's got a job. She went to the Police Academy. She had a love interest. She's got 2 of them.
You got 2.
Yeah, I'm done with her.
They just need to do better at spreading their stuff around. Like, they seem to just be able to give stuff to, like, one person at a time, and you can't do that when you've got an ensemble cast.
No. And keep adding people.
Yeah.
They got, like we said, they got to trim it down. They got to trim down a lot this season.
No, well, you know what? I was hoping that they were going to trim it down a lot in this episode. Everybody, all the reviewers kept talking about it. Oh, people going to die. Ain't no whole lot of people died that we know about. All we know about is about the Andersons. They died. Outside of that, who else died?
That's it.
The wolf?
The wolf, the savior. Yeah, the savior. They died.
Look, people that we don't give a shit about. It's like, ain't nobody died.
What I want by the end of this season, I want people to die except for Glenn, where I'm like, oh my God, they really went through with it. You know what I'm saying? I want people like that to go, where I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah,
they're playing it really
But who else could that be? Who could that be? Other than
I'm gonna need you to take that back to season 3. How they were killing people in season 3. That's what I need them to do in season 6.
They was taking people taking people out in season 3.
They were taking 4 people out every episode. I was like, we ain't gonna have nobody.
Well, that was a little bit much. I was like, I can't watch this show.
I was like, woo! Who's that? I was ready for the next episode. It was a good old days.
I know it was. Season 3 was off the hook. It was like
off the chain. That's my favorite season.
Everybody could be got in season 3, but now they've been playing it really, really close.
Yeah. I need Tara. I need Daryl to go. It's his time because he didn't mess up too many characters. Because they trying to keep him around. They didn't mess up Tyrese. They didn't mess up Morgan. They didn't mess up Abraham's character to me because he's there. Can't nobody be close to Rick. Can't nobody be close to Rick but Daryl. And it's just time for him to go.
I feel the same way about Daryl. I want Glenn more than I want Daryl. And that's not to say that I don't like Daryl. I do like Daryl. But they haven't given me anything as far as with his character progressing.
But coming through and killing people.
He's stalling out for me. He's stalling out.
He's been stalling out since season 4 to me. Been.
He's stalling out really bad.
I'm just
and once they get locked into this character with Daryl and this a cash cow and all this mess, then your cow you cow down to the populace. Are you making a good story or not? Because if you're gonna make a good story, then do something with his character. But right now, nothing being done with his character. It's just it's just taking up time, taking up space.
Yeah. And now you want to give him like this, oh, Rick and him are going to have problems. They're going to have a fight. And, Rico, what's going on? I don't care about that. I don't give a damn thing. Like, tear their shirts off and they go at it. And it's raining. And, I don't care. I don't care. Kill them all. Golly.
You know how they were killing off characters back in season 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you guys know that Sarah Wayne saved Carol's character on The Walking Dead?
Yeah, I read an article about that on Tumblr.
Yeah.
I didn't read it. But what happened?
She was actually supposed to die. And T-Dog was supposed to live. It was her character. Yeah. That when you had brought up that, Tanito, I was like, oh my goodness, there's something that's clicking here, and I had to step away from the laptop for a little bit, but yeah.
So
she was originally supposed to die.
I don't have a problem with Carol, and I don't have a problem with the way they did her character. I like it because a lot of times they seem to undermine the strength of a woman that is not in her 20s. She had a kid. She's lost everything. She came back. I don't have a problem with her character and her journey, but they need to come up. It's like almost as if when they start writing for the next season, they start off with Carol. Well, how can we make her story interesting? They do it like that. It's like you got to spread that out a little bit more. I love Carol's character. She is a survivor. Like, seriously. She lost her husband. He was abusive and everything. She lost her daughter. She had to come up, learn how to shoot. That seems real to me. That seems real.
Yeah, but I'm getting tired of her being trigger happy and killing people. It is kind of like the same thing, though. I mean, it's the same thing with her, though. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I think she needs to take it.
And here's the thing, and the thing about it is that she's going to get even more story. She's going to get more story now because she killed that wolf, and she heard him say, "Go ahead," trying to make sure that Denise survives. So there's more story for her behind that. She's going to be conflicted about her decision.
I just can't.
I'm just.
I'm done. And I know that's what they're going to do because they've been talking about it, that her and Morgan are going to make up and they're going to go off and
like I said, I don't mind that story with Carol. I just give Michonne a story. Jesus Christ. You give Carol a story. You give everybody else a story, but you still haven't taken care of Michonne, and she's been there since season 3. You can't come up with nothing. That is what's bothering me about it. Everybody else's story, I guess, for the most part, it's fine, but you're not giving nothing but Michonne.
I just want to make sure that she's not getting ignored. That's it. I just want to make sure that she's not.
But she is getting ignored. She is getting ignored. That's the problem.
But her whole story was outlined in episode 8. Deanna said, "Figure out what you want." Like, she has been slowly opening up herself. Like Denai said, it's wall by wall. She's trying to, make herself a life instead of just surviving. So that is her story. And I'm assuming, since Deanna told her to figure out what she wants, that's what she's going to be doing in the next few episodes. But she kind of got impeded by Carl getting shot.
We shall see.
But I am
Yeah, they just need
optimistic
to
for the
show
next
it
couple
to us.
episodes.
So I think that is the issue. Like I think she has the potential for a good story in finding out what she wants, but I don't have confidence that they're actually going to show it to us.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to give her screen time or whatever. So I think that's the issue.
She had screen time tonight, I thought, so I'm not sure what to complain
Well, I can't comment on that. But, and then in 6A, she could have had, if not more screen time, at least, you know, like a scene or two explaining some things. Like,
I think everybody should have more screen time in 6A except Jessie.
You know what? They gave her a lot. You know, in this episode, I was like, they didn't say that Jesse and Rick were gonna be talking. Where'd that come from? He had a couple of lines.
I know. I was annoyed. I'm like, why is she dead yet?
I was like, why is she talking?
Are they just looking at each other?
She's like, Rick, she's gonna be okay, Rick. He's got her. They're gonna make it. I'm like, girl, shut up and get to walking, okay? Just shut up.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't understand why she let the 8-year-old make a decision like that. I can do it. Oh, okay. With Sam.
She sounds like a little kid trying to be a grown-up kid. Like,
yeah. I have an 8-year-old. Go get your ass to safety. Now, I'm your mother. I told you to do it. You do it.
And don't make me count to 3, because then when I get to 3, I'm whooping your ass. Yeah. Count to 3.
Problems.
Don't make me. Shoot. You ain't getting to count to 5. You getting to count to 3.
You know, that's kind of funny because I do that with my girls. I don't ever make it to 3. I don't make it to 3. No, I mean, they get it. They do move. They start moving. Like, when I start with 1, they kind of like molasses. But by 2 comes around, they're up. And they're going.
Huh. Them kids ran that mama. Them kids ran Jessie. She just.
You think so?
I do.
I don't know. I'm not like the mother of the year, but I know I would do everything to protect my girls with dying breath and everything.
I still don't understand why they were trying to go to the quarry. Why didn't they all go with Father Gabriel to the church, and then they would have been safe?
Because they wanted they wanted to kill time and give us some little action.
Well, he said they were gonna drive.
It was nighttime. It was nighttime.
I promise you, when you watch that scene, you're gonna be like, "But wait a minute, it was daylight."
Like 5 seconds ago.
They walk really slow.
I'm like, Alexandria is not that big. Come on, it's not that big. And y'all walking in circles. Where y'all? Fermi is right like 4 steps away. 4 steps away. I can't.
What did you guys think about Richonne holding Judith?
That was really
cool. I'm looking at GIFs on Tumblr right now. It's like, oh my god.
I didn't catch that part.
Really?
Can you see?
She was holding Judith while she was standing off to the side, listening to Rick talk to Carl while he was in a coma. That scene kind of teared me up too. I got a little teary-eyed at some of these scenes, but man, I was bawling when she kissed Carl on the forehead. I don't know where those tears came from.
That was the best part of the episode, honestly.
Yeah, Michonne being a mom.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
I agree. So it wasn't bad. It just was anticlimactic to me. I guess because of spoilers, which I'm no longer reading.
Yes, you know what? You're right. Me too. Ash, me too.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
done with those freaking spoilers. I was ready because I thought it was gonna start a completely different way, and it didn't. And
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm just gonna remove spoiling dead friends from my Tumblr and my Facebook and my Twitter.
I tried to block it, but it always ends up on my dashboard anyway, so I don't know. I'm just gonna have to vacate Tumblr for like 2 months.
Yeah, that's probably the only way to really avoid spoilers.
Yep.
You know something else too? It's Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's, ladies.
Happy
But
Valentine's Day.
I was
Valentine.
like, I was really, I thought I was gonna get something from the show because it was like Denai's birthday. Denai plays Richonne. Let's give these Richonnes some kind of, I don't know, some kind of hug of some sort, or I was just expecting something a little bit emotionally, intimately sweet between them. But I got it between Michonne and Carl because that was very sweet. But I just thought, that it's Valentine's Day. At least give the fans something Valentine-y.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting anything. So.
I wasn't either. I took it as, Rick and that girl, him chopping her up. It was like my Bloody Valentine. That's how I took it.
Right.
I didn't think we were getting any kind of Richonne in this episode. And to be honest, I just have to sit back and wait. I'm not expecting anything from this show. I'm not. So I'm just, yeah. At this point, I'm kind of iffy on that. Because the way it kind of went. I don't know. If we gonna get it this season, I don't know.
So Camille asked, is the time jump happening in the next episode?
I think
is
so.
Is there going to be a time jump?
We don't know how long it is, but there's supposed to be some kind of time jump where, like, Alexander is back to normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who do you guys think is having sex in the next episode?
Abraham and Sasha. That's who I
think it is.
Abraham and Sasha.
I hope not.
I have a feeling it's gonna be them.
Why? Yeah. Don't do that.
I have a feeling. I have a feeling.
I don't want to see that. I
just have a feeling.
Or maybe Tara and Denise.
Right, Tara and Denise. Glenn or Maggie. Yeah.
I'm okay with Glenn and Maggie because I'm a Gleggy fan. But
why did we get
if it's Tara and Denise or Abe and Sasha, because at this point, I would just be so angry. I think I would be so angry. I probably would be blocked by Scott and Gail on Twitter. I'll just express my I really would be upset. I mean, I've been waiting for what, 3.5 years, you guys, and then they're gonna give us more Tara scene. Tara had a relationship, okay? She did. She died at the prison. She should be grieving still of some sort.
I wish you would.
Well, she only knew her for a couple days too.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, and then for the story sync on AMC to ship Abe and Sasha like that, I mean, Abe is still with Rosita. Granted, I knew there wasn't anything there, but I would be really pissed because I feel like it's a girl code of some sort. They're friends in some sense because we all need to remember Rosita went to Michonne because Sasha went missing. She went hunting for walkers. So it would be pretty weird for them to do something like that, to have Abe and Sasha get together and not at least fix Abe and Rosita. Or not fix it, but end it. That's all. I would be really pissed. I'll probably call Scott a dumbass and Gail evil. an evil cunt.
Don't be surprised, you know them. Don't be surprised. I would not be surprised if they do that.
But do you guys think it's possible that they'll just put Rick and Michonne together out of nowhere in the time jump?
I hope not.
I don't see it.
Okay, good.
I mean, anything's possible, but I think it's unlikely.
Okay, good. I don't want it, like, I would probably break something if that happened. I waited all this time and you don't even show us.
Yeah, they missed the best part. Like, come on now.
But it sounds like something they would do, just to piss us off.
They did
that would be like, well, didn't he even explain to her, you know, why he was doing this with this girl and, you know, how he feel about her? I wouldn't, you know, just don't put them together without explaining it. His feelings for her, you know, for Michonne or whatever. So that'll make that right.
Michonne gets kidnapped?
Yeah, I heard that.
I missed it.
Wait, what? Who got
kidnapped? I heard that on spoilers.
Wait, who got kidnapped? What?
I heard that Glenn and her get
Neil
kidnapped.
Just said, I think they're waiting until after Michonne gets kidnapped, honestly. I think they're baiting up to that. So, I guess Michonne's going to get kidnapped?
Yeah,
In the future.
Glenn and her. It's a spoiler from Spoiling the Dead that they posted.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Okay. And they get
Wait,
kidnapped.
Who kidnaps her? The Saviors?
So this is like at the end of the season?
I didn't know that she gets kidnapped. Damn it, I need to stay away from these spoilers. Have me feeling all torn and everything. I just want things to move quickly.
Okay.
That's why I was like, I don't see how Rick and Michonne gonna have anything with all this going on.
We'll see.
You know, Camille, I don't know the second part here. What do you mean by what was up with Rosita? I don't know. Anybody notice anything with Rosita in the episode?
She was in this episode?
She's
Yeah, she was a little bitchy. She was a little bitchy.
To who? I don't even remember her in this.
She was the one that had
happy with Tara and Eugene.
Yeah, she had to put Tara in her place.
Oh, well,
Slap
Tara
the wig off her head.
Oh, I mean,
I completely missed this.
No, this was like in the beginning before you came on, Ash, and I said that Tara. I didn't mind the little speech that Rosita gave Tara because it was like you just met this woman and you've been with the group longer than you met this woman, so let's just keep focused and whatnot. But I'm gonna be crass here when I say, you know, maybe she's snappy because Abe isn't there and she hasn't got any. I don't know. She needs to be worried now that Holly's dead and Sasha's Holly, the new Holly or something. I don't know what they're doing with Sasha's character, but there's a lot of things that's going on that's having me confused because I read the comic and I hate comparing the comic to the show because it's now completely two different things, and you have Scott trying to bring the comic back into the show.
Why did Michonne have a sniper rifle? What are they doing?
Why did Michonne have what?
A sniper rifle. Like, I know it's for the Andrea comparison or whatever, but really, what is she doing with that?
Wait, she has a sniper rifle? Oh
There's
my
a
god!
promo picture of her with one, yeah.
I am missing.
Was that from this episode?
Huh?
Was the picture of her with the sniper rifle from this episode?
No.
No.
Okay.
She's wearing something else, and she's like standing on that little platform outside.
Yeah, she is holding a sniper rifle.
Maybe it's from the next episode then.
Might be.
Man, I guess there's a lot of things that I missed out. this week on Tumblr, I guess. But I'm ready for snow to be over.
Yeah.
I'm ready for winter to end. The only winter, just winter's depressing here. Anyway.
And my kids are missing a pair of snow pants, so that's kind of a pain in the ass too. I have to go buy them new snow pants because they left them at school. They take turns.
I know all about that. Yeah.
So, anything else? Who do you guys think is gonna die this season? Don't say Glenn.
I don't know. It's gonna be somebody, but I don't.
Tara, I would like her to go.
Who? Tara?
Tara can go. You know, I'm not ready to. I'm not committed to Tara. I'm sorry. Tara can go. Abe can go too. I'm not. I'm not too attached. I'm not attached to Abe. I don't know. Those are mine.
The only people that I would care about if they died would be Rick, Michonne, Carl, Judith, Glenn, Maggie. Like, everybody else can go. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't want Sasha to die for Carol, but
I don't want Sasha to die, but I don't think she's gonna die either. Like, I don't think Rick or Michonne or Carl or Judith will die. So that only leaves possibly Glenn and Maggie dying. And that would really crush me if that happened.
I do think that Sasha will make it to the end of season 6, but I do think season 7 she will die. I do think that. She's a goner in season 7.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Glenn and Tara that die this season. You know.
Please don't let it be Glenn, Lord. Oh. Baby,
I don't. Well, who do you guys think is gonna get Lucille?
Daryl.
I want it to be Daryl, but I think it's gonna be Glenn because I think they're too scared to kill Daryl.
Yeah, they don't have the balls. I agree. Even though I've seen theories on how they're connecting, where they think it's gonna be Daryl. You know how they say how Dwight hit him with the bat, Daryl, and, they're prepping him for getting the bat from Megan and all this. So, I don't know. But I would love that, though. That would be a good way to end the season. A good way. Because I would be shocked if they did it. Even though I want it to happen, I would still be like, wow, they really did it. Wow, no one is safe. I would be like, okay, no one is safe. If they did this, we're back to nobody is safe on the show. You killed Daryl, no one is safe.
Everyone is so cushy. Everyone is so cushy since season 4.
Yeah, everybody has been like, they're safe.
They killed Herschel, they killed Beth, and then Tyrese, and then I was like, okay, who else? Who else is gonna? But everyone else seemed to make it to Alexandria.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay.
Those were obvious people. Like, we knew Beth wasn't going to make it. We knew Herschel and we knew Tyrese wasn't. So those were obvious kills. You know what I'm saying? It's like those were obvious kills. Give me a kill where I'm going to be like, wow,
Actually shocked.
But it's hard to do that because, like, if you kill the people I care about, I'm not gonna keep watching. Like, if you kill Rick, I'm not. Bye.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that's a given. That's a given.
That's why
I will watch Michonne too. And, like, if you kill Glenn, I'm gonna be really sad watching this show going forward. I don't know. I don't know. So there's only a handful of people you can kill where I'll be shocked and the show won't be ruined.
There's only one person, and that's Daryl.
Yeah.
It has to be Daryl, man.
Doesn't Daryl have a new show that's coming on for AMC, like riding across America on his bike or something?
Oh my God,
Yeah,
it's
I
such
think
a
so.
knucklehead. I just can't with Norman Reedus. I just can't.
Yeah, not Daryl.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, Norman Reedus. Norman Reedus.
Yeah, I just can't
I
with
want you guys to
Norman.
understand something. Norman Reedus is hot. He is hot. What I
In an
don't
old
like.
man way. In
No,
an
no, no,
old
no, no,
like.
no. Norman is hot. What I don't like is this
Where?
Norman Reedus with the
That's
greasy.
because he ain't hot at all.
Oh my God! You know what? You miss because I have been watching Norman Reedus for the movie Gossip, okay, with James Marsden and Kate Hudson. I mean, Norm, he's just when you see him now with his long hair, I'm like, please cut it already. Just cut it so I can see your beautiful blue eyes again. Because he really is he's cute. Okay, I'm done.
Don't do this.
Don't tell us no more. Don't tell us no more.
Make it stop.
Whatever. I'm really
don't
excited to
Can
see
I just
Jeffrey
say
though.
this? I don't think he's that good of an actor. Sorry. I don't.
I am excited to see Jeffrey. I am.
I really don't. Mm-mm.
I think he's the weakest actor out of like the main group, for sure.
You know, when he tries to cry, it's fake. It's like I can't. I don't feel. I don't be feeling it. Mm-mm.
Well, you guys know I love my Daryl, so
We know.
I'm sorry.
We forgive you.
Right.
damn. So what do you guys think of Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who's gonna be
I
playing?
thought you said Jesse. I was about to be mad.
What?
I thought you said Jesse at first. I'm like, nothing.
No, Jeffrey. That's his name, right? Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, he's gonna be playing Negan.
I'm excited. I don't know. I hope they don't mess him up like they've messed up every other character on this show. But I'm excited.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of scared to see like how they're gonna do this on AMC, but
I know.
I think he's the perfect casting choice.
Please don't water him down. Do not water him down. You cannot.
I don't know how they're gonna do this. I'm scared, honestly.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait and see. We'll see. Are they gonna do it
I ain't gonna get my hopes up. When they said they casted Negan, I wasn't even excited. I was like, I'm not gonna get excited because I got excited when y'all casted Tyrese. I got excited when you casted, Abraham, and what did y'all do with him? You're not doing anything with him, so.
Do you think there's a chance that there's not going to be a Lucille moment? Like it's going to be like a fake out or something?
Well, they got it on camera. They filmed it and it got leaked of him actually beating somebody with Lucille.
I was scared it was going to be like, we're not going to actually see who it was, but I think because Regina Casero said something like, the last few minutes of the season are, I don't remember what he said, but it was something alluding to, we're actually going to see what happens. And I think the way the cast was talking about it, it sounds like, it's happening.
It's brutal. And,
yeah.
I mean, the way how they talk about the second half of season 6, the way I saw Norman Reedus talk, it seems like he the one that's going to get it because he looks like he wanted to cry right then and there. I'm like, when he was like, some of us ain't going to make it, I'm like, I hope it's you. I hope it's you. The way he was talking, it looked like he wanted to just cry.
Who was?
Norman Reedus, when they were talking about the coming up of C6B, what's going to happen, and he was just saying how a lot of them aren't going to make it in going forward into season 7. And he looked like he wanted to cry. And I'm like, I hope it's you. Sorry.
Of course you do, Tennille. Of course you do.
I'm just saying.
I went to a panel with Alana Masterson, and she started crying. So, for those of you that want charity, I think it's a good sign.
She's done. She's getting the arrow in the eye. She out of there. I don't have to sit and watch her. How did you sit through her panel?
When was the panel?
That girl panel.
It was last weekend. It was with Josh, Alana, and Christian. And,
okay.
They were talking about, when people leave and how hard it is, and she started crying. And she tried to play it off like she just loved everyone, but I don't know.
Okay.
It was like, we know. Goodbye.
Great. So, I guess we'll see what happens. I hope it's Daryl so bad.
Oh, me too. I do.
7 more.
Sorry, Emmy.
It's all right. It's okay. Like I said, I'm only, Richonne, Grimes 2.0, and Galeggy, and then Daryl. So, because I really do care for Galeggy. I love them. I love Glenn and Maggie. I love Rick. I love Michonne. And I love Carl. And you know what? Judith is actually growing on me, so Judith too.
Judith is a little tan, honey. That little baby got a tan. That baby is tan. I'm like, that baby look like she a little blanket or something. I was like, is that Judith? You look tan.
Yes, I call her Hispanic Judith. There's redheaded Judith.
She's something.
She's something.
Her hair ain't blonde no more. It's like a reddish brown. I'm like, wasn't it blonde in it again?
They got a multicolored family.
Yes. They can't make up their mind what Judith want to be.
Oh, we have another question from Camille. Sort of. She asked, in response to my question, Abe, Tara, possibly Rosita, and Tobin will die as well. What if Enid dies?
Don't care.
Yeah, I
don't care. Yeah. C'est la vie. I mean, hey.
I don't think she will.
I'm okay. Yeah. It's all right.
I think she's like the new Sophia, so I don't think she's going anywhere.
Yeah, she is. It's obvious. It's obvious.
And do you guys think Aaron could die?
No.
No.
Now his lover, yes. But no.
Is he still on the show?
Huh?
What was his name? Eric?
Yeah.
Was he in this episode?
Eric, right? That's his name.
I think that was him. That was him fighting in the end.
Yeah, I think the actor, he was tweeting about it, so he was on the episode.
Well, you see how much I paid attention.
He was there. He didn't have anything to say, but he went outside with the other lady, and they started slicing and dicing.
Okay. Oh, yeah, Olivia went outside. I was so proud of her.
Yeah, it was him and Olivia, yeah.
Okay.
And then Tobin, I don't know what house he was crept up in, but he was in the house. Went on outside.
That was such a good scene with all of them. I almost cried.
It was amazing. That was like the best part to me.
Yeah.
Of the episode. It was awesome. And
so there's that iconic cover with Richonne and they're like going up against like all of the zombies. So did they have a moment kind of like that where like they just showed like all of these zombies and then Rick and Michonne like looking out at them?
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah,
There's a moment
no.
where it's just the two of them sort of surrounded, but it's not very long or iconic.
At all. At all.
But it's a good fight sequence.
Yeah. It was good. It was good.
So, do we have anything else?
We have some more comments.
Okay.
So, going back to Rick, Candy Ma says, Rick needs to get rid of those jeans already.
Rick just needs to take a bath. I don't think he believes in taking baths. He's just dusty.
I don't think he ever takes the boots off. Like, I remember that scene in season 4 where he's in bed.
With them on.
Boots on.
With them on. In that nice bed. In that nice comforter. I was like, take those dusty boots off. Dang.
Yeah.
Ready for battle. Ready for anything to happen.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be caught without my
boots. It
boots.
makes sense when they're out on the road, but when he was in the prison.
Slept with them on. Who sleeps fully clothed? He was fully clothed.
Right, like just drop the bed with his clothes on.
I guess when you gotta run, you gotta run. You gotta run.
But there is a deleted scene from season 5 where he's sleeping in bed, like, shirtless at least. So.
Oh, was there?
Yeah. So maybe Alexander he chilled.
I never saw that.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I'm gonna find that.
It's from 512, I believe. So.
Oh, okay.
And what episode is 512 again?
It's the one. Is it Remember? That's when they first arrived to Alexandria.
Yeah, so it must have been after they like split into 2 different houses.
Yeah, it was supposed to end the episode, but they decided to do where he says, "We'll just take this place," and they were going to show him in bed, finally sleeping soundly, but they just decided to end it where they did.
Oh, okay. I hope he took his boots off that time.
Right.
I know. You half comfortable, just take the boots off.
That would be funny.
All right, and then Candy Ma says, I think with Rick going off with Daryl next episode, Michonne will be in charge of Alexandria, so she'll have her plate full dealing with the kids and being in charge of Alexandria.
Which kids? Oh.
I'm guessing Carl and Judith.
Yeah, her white children. Her white children.
No, but they show her outside going after Spencer, so I was like, oh, those kids.
And I think her and Spencer are going to have a moment where she's like, I talked to your mother, and this is not what she wanted for you. She wanted us to protect you. Let me help you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that sounds like her.
Yeah. Not what she wanted. Michonne always helping everybody else but herself, Lord. She ain't got no downtime. She ain't got that time.
Sure. But I'm glad that it seems like she'll be in the episode because it kind of felt like it would be. Well, I'm sure it will be Rick and Daryl heavy, but
I thought it was
like they could have done it like a bottle where it was just them. So I'm glad she'll be.
Thank God. Yeah, thank God that it's just not them because I couldn't take it. I'm sorry, I can't take them in one bottle episode together. I can't. Ugh. I think they just did that episode because people want that. They want to see Rick and him together, so they had to just throw them in some kind of situation.
One last time,
they gotta tease that bromance.
Yes. And if it's like one of those episodes where we don't get nothing accomplished with those two, I'm gonna be hella pissed.
Is this where
you
Jesus
better come across Jesus? You better come across him. Look, ain't nobody have time for that. Come across Jesus. Mm-hmm.
I feel like it is where Jesus comes in, but I thought Glenn was there, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know either. But, yeah. Okay. And from Simple4321, she says, I have a sidebar question. How do I block someone on fan fiction who claims to be a Richonne fan and is really a Rick Laurie fan? Furthermore, I could care less if someone is pro Rick Laurie, but this writer really trashes Michonne in her stories.
Oh,
Oh, is that who people have been talking about all weekend?
Naughty Nikki.
I have no idea.
Well, I don't think you can block anyone on fan fiction, but you can just like not read their stories, and then it's not problem anymore.
Or I don't like comment.
It was wait, I mean, I'm just logging into my account. Cause
you can probably report
Black Girl Muse and I had a problem with a couple people a while back. If she goes to her account and in settings, they actually has it. It says block user.
Oh really?
And just put in their name you can put it by username, by pen name, by profile URL. So simple, go to your account and right below profile where it says block user and you'll be able to block the person. But I know exactly who you're talking about. I do.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, I forgot her name. She's on AO3. It was really weird. I mean, I read a couple stories, and I was like, wait a minute, this is not pro. This isn't a Richonne story. So,
yeah, it's Naughty Nikki. I don't remember the Tumblr name, but it's Naughty Nikki on AO3.
Okay. Yep.
So, I don't really use it that much. So.
Yeah, I mean, I read a comment. It was a long-winded comment. It was she was upset. The person was upset, and I agree with the person. It was not a Richonne story. She really did. She really wasn't there one where she killed Richonne?
Yes.
Yeah, that was messed up. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah.
Is this the same person that like uses the N-word a lot, or no?
I don't know. I only read one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like it's the same
out
person
there.
Right?
They're out there. You know, as a matter of fact, one of them tried to, what was it, attacking Lyra? Lyraverse? She posted it on her Tumblr. They were saying that you're not a Richonne fan. For one of her stories, one of her news stories. I'm not sure it was Lost and Gain. Was it Lost and Gain? Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Because it didn't show Michonne in the best light at moments.
Oh.
I had to stop reading it because it just wasn't working for me. I think she went a little bit too far, but I respect her writing, and I'm not going to leave like a long-winded message accusing her of not being a Richonne fan when I know that she is.
I haven't caught up on it. I'm actually still on chapter 3.
Yeah, well, there's this one point where I'm just like, no, I can't.
But there is one. I don't know the name of it, but it's another one that she's working on, and they got married. But it was like to join the hilltop, the kingdom, and the zone. And,
oh yeah,
and Mike and Andre was still alive.
Yeah, I didn't like. I didn't like that one. I had to
remember
stop
that one
reading
too. I
that
didn't.
one. Yeah, I didn't like it. Yeah,
But
Rick was like sleeping with every woman in the zone, right? Every woman was like his.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
never found. He never found
I read up to
Lori.
the wedding.
Yeah, he never found Lori. Never found. Yeah, his son. It was weird. Yeah, I didn't like it. It was confusing.
I'm really behind. My update for my emails is like it's like 127. Yeah, story updates, but I'm just work. It's crazy. So, but how's your writing, Ash and Kay and Vicky? Any updates that I should, look at?
No. I suck at updating. I suck so bad.
I wrote something for the Valentine exchange and Richonne exchange, and like it was kind of like cathartic for me because I'd been in like this place where I just like couldn't write Rick and Richonne at all because the show had just kind of killed it for me. So it's good. I feel good that I was able to do something. So you can check that out, but I don't know.
And Ash, you just finished After, right?
Yeah, I just finished, and I think I feel like I don't want to write for like 8 months or something, but I'm sure that'll change. Right now, I'm just done.
Finished After? That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I haven't even gone past chapter 4 yet. Oh my god.
Well, it's only 8 chapters. I really wanted to finish it before today, so.
Oh. But you're good. Your spot is so delicious.
I have to like be like I need to take like a cold shower because I'd be like, woo.
Well, the last one that I read, Ash, somebody told me that I needed to wait to come home to read it and not read it at my desk. And they were
right. Don't read it at work.
Let me tell you what happened. There was a moment where we're like, oh my god, is she in my bedroom? Because there has been times where my husband and I we don't make it to the bed. And once he did pull the comforter because I was freezing, so I was like, oh my god, I need to stop here right now and wait until I got home. So but yeah, like wow. It's like watching soft porn in my mind.
I'm telling you, yes. Wow.
Oh my god. Well, thank you. I'll take that compliment.
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
It's juicy. Mm-hmm.
It really is. I mean,
I just saw your comment, Camille. Thank you so much.
What do you guys think about Spoil the Dead? All that going on.
Yeah, somebody break that down to me. Is there two different sites, or is this the same site? Because I was kind of confused.
I wrote and I asked what happened over at Spoil the Dead, and a lot of Richonners got banned for no apparent reason.
Right, but I think there's a Spoil the Dead website, and then there's Spoiling the Dead Fans, which is completely different.
Right.
Yeah.
Spoiling the Dead Fans is not the one that banned Richonners.
Okay.
Have the legitimate spoilers.
Okay.
Spoil the Dead Fans they take spoilers from Spoiling the Dead Fans. But it's Spoil the Dead is very and I got banned, so yeah, I'm one of them.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I'm banned for life. I don't care.
I mean, it's not that serious. It's. I feel like they're just being assholes.
They are.
That's literally it.
So what did you have to say to get banned? What ruffled their feathers? Like,
well, it started out when the key art came out for 6B with Rick and Michonne together.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody mentioned, oh, they look good together, and then whenever Richonne fans say anything on Spoil the Dead, they get jumped on. It's very Jesse. There are people on there that say racist crap all the time. They don't get talked to, and when we call them on it, we get attacked. I don't know why. I don't know why that is, but you're not allowed to question anything on the site. You're not allowed to ask, well, why is this rule different for this person? Because then you get an infraction. I knew I was gonna get banned because the new site that came up, a bunch of Richonners that got banned, they came up with another site that is better. And I went on Tumblr and I promoted that site, so I got banned for promoting a different site.
On Tumblr?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Not on their site. I did it on Tumblr, and I got banned for that. That was why.
Wow.
Oh.
That's insane.
Wow. Yeah. It's not a good. It's a beautiful website, but it's not good for speaking your mind and there's
I got annoyed when they changed the big banner on it. It was like Rick and Jess, and it was like, I don't want to go to this website anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
If you go to the Richonne tag, the Richonne sub-forum, it's banned. It literally, there's a couple in there that are like, what happened? And then a model come in and say, you're not allowed to ask. So we can't tell them where we're at. We can't tell them what's going on. So they just think that they're the only ones left. Oh.
Wow.
But
I saw this coming
because Jesse's
last
dead.
year.
It got really ugly really fast. There is a group on there that they call Michonne Monkey Shone. They call her Man Shone because she's manly. Why would Rick want to be with somebody like her when he could be with somebody soft and pretty like Jesse? And none of those comments got called out on anything. They spouted just really bad stuff. And whenever somebody called them on it, the person that called them on it got in trouble and said that they were starting problems. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been time to go. Like it's
not a good place. Richonners are not welcome there. It's not me being bitter, because really I expected to get banned because that's what they do. They go around people on Tumblr, and if you say anything about another website being good, you get in trouble. Or if you say anything bad about that website, you get in trouble. So I was already on the newer site, and I was cool with it, so it didn't bother me at all. So I'm not bitter or anything. It's not a good place for us. So this other one is called tellittothedead.com, and it's very Richonne friendly. You're not gonna get a talking to about stuff. It's very female friendly. Spoil the Dead is very boys club, and Tell It to the Dead is not. The Spoiling Dead Fans is also a good site.
I'm on Tell It to the Dead.
You are? Okay.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mostly lurk, but I like it.
I lurk too, because I'm not as smart as everybody on there. I don't know what to say, so I just like comments.
That's what I end up doing.
Wrong stuff, and I'm just like, that's cool. but anyways, that's what happened with Spoil the Dead.
Okay. I was wondering what happened.
Mm-hmm. They're idiots over there anyway. Idiots and racists and
it's yeah.
And plus, why would you want to go to another site where they're getting their spoiling sources from the real source?
Right.
And you can't even mention it.
You can't credit the Spoiling Dead Fans, or you get in trouble for that. The Spoiling Dead fans, where all the spoilers come up.
That's when I knew that place was done.
Yeah, so I could never understand why people like were over there so much. Like, their rules are stupid.
Yeah.
Because the website looks really cool. I mean, the points, and then you can buy stuff with the points, and the avatar sizes. Aesthetically, it looks really cool, but it's still not.
It's not worth all that.
No, it's not worth it.
It's not worth all that nonsense.
It took me a long time to realize that, like, Spoiling the Dead and the Spoiling Dead fans are two different things, so that's the only reason I was there.
Okay.
I just like the fact that people were really calling it the disease. because it's STD, I just thought that was great. Like, in your face.
That's probably what got me in trouble, is I wrote, go get a shot of penicillin and come over to tell it to the dead.com. That wasn't cool.
I saw that movie. I thought that was great.
It's so accurate, though.
Oh, we have a new person join our chat.
The Tuner?
Hello, Tuner.
Hi.
You're muted. So you
Hello.
can type something. Oh, hello.
Hello?
Hey.
Is it a boy?
Hey.
Guy.
It's a guy! Hi! Yay! Well, welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be good to have a guy's perspective.
Yeah.
Although, we've talked about, like, everything, I think.
Speaking of perspective, y'all some fine ass ladies in here.
You.
So what did you think of the episode?
What episode?
Why are you here?
This is for The Walking Dead.
Yeah, it's The Walking Dead.
Oh God. Are you serious?
Alright, I'm ejecting you.
Well, that was
Thank
weird.
you. I
That
just
was
thought that we had
creepy
a
as
new...
hell.
Oh, that was weird.
You know what that kind of reminds me of? Like the Talking Dead, when that guy came on there, he was all like, fire, the daddy.
Bob from
God.
Bob from West Virginia.
How did he go?
That was so
How did
weird.
he get in? Like, I thought I at least sent the invitation to people that, like, are following me.
What the hell?
Good quick acting though. That was uncomfortable.
Oh, that was.
Yeah.
At least we got complimented, so that was nice. And creepy. It was both.
I felt like it was going south when he said that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that kind of cat. That's not what this is.
Oh, man.
What did he think this was? Like,
I was about to put him on mute, so but Kay, yes, for reacting so fast. I was just really happy that we're gonna get a guy perspective for the episode. Like, okay.
Excited. And then when he started talking crazy, I was like, huh? What?
I'm gonna go on my Google Plus just to make sure that it's not on there. Because my Google Plus is public.
Oh, yeah. They are showing the
I
episode.
guess the link, like, I posted the link on the event page. So maybe if we found that, you could get in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
but how did, like, what were you looking for when you found this?
Because I know
You would have to look for The Walking Dead. 'Cause
Right.
that's what it's tagged as.
yeah. Oh no, it's not on there. It's not. I didn't make any changes, so I'm good. I just thought maybe I made it public, but I didn't. So Yay!
Wow. Well, it'd be interesting if we had a guy's perspective.
Yeah, that would be great. That would have been great. Oh well, he was a creep.
Mm. Oh well.
Yeah. So do we have anything? Did we miss anything? Did we cover everything?
I guess
It's
so.
a lot harder when you've only seen episode 1.
I know, because I'm about to get in here and watch it about 4 or 5 times. And I'm going to be like, hey, I forgot that. I could have talked about that.
Right.
I know I'm about to get in here and watch it 4 more times. And I think I'm going to rewind that chop about a good 50 times.
Oh, I'm going to fast forward through it.
Well, we could chat again at another time if you guys wanted to.
I'm sorry, what
did you say, Kay?
I said we could chat again at another time if you wanted to.
Very cool.
That would be great. Yeah.
The episode just started again for the 3rd time. It's on again.
I don't know.
I wonder what the ratings were.
The commercials just kill it for me.
Yeah.
I feel like 42 minutes of The Walking Dead is not enough.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, 42 minutes, it's not.
Because they try to cram so much in on that episode. In that one episode.
Well, they could have fit it if they didn't spend 15 minutes on nonsense at the beginning.
I know.
So much of that.
If instead of giving Morgan like 60 minutes, they could have given this episode 60 minutes.
Right.
But you know what I will say? When Morgan was laying on that floor, that looked like that was the best sleep he had ever had since the zombie apocalypse. He was out. He was still out. Everybody, he looked like he didn't get up. He looked peaceful. He did. He looked peaceful.
Camille asked if Rick was wearing his wedding ring.
Yeah, I think he still has.
Next week, it did not look like he is. It looks like it's gone next week.
Yeah,
from the previews.
Yeah, from the previews, it looks like it's gone next week.
Oh,
yeah. It's still out.
Huh?
Man.
I don't know. Hey, did you guys see the new pictures? I'm gonna say new because it's new to me of Denai on Tumblr. It was like it's a black dress with a white top.
Mhm.
I think she looks amazing.
She does.
Are you talking about that photo shoot that she did for? I think she had it on Twitter.
Yeah, it's like a black dress with a white frilly kind of lacing on top, and it's
a little belly showing.
Yeah, and then I thought that was pretty. I was like, wow, I want that dress. It won't fit me the same, but
I haven't really ever seen a picture of her that looked bad. She's just
right.
Yeah, that's the truth.
She is perfect
all the time.
For Alexa.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Dressed to Kill. Drop Dead Gorgeous.
You see it? Are you looking at it, Kay, or is that?
Yeah, is this the dress you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very pretty dress. I really like it. I was like, where can I get a dress like that?
They tell you, I think.
Oh my god, I'm just so ready for winter to be over, you guys. Just ready.
Yeah, we're both in the same state, so I'm quite with you on that. My kids are like, "Oh, it's snowing," and I'm like, "Yay!"
What state are y'all in?
Michigan.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
It's dark at 5:30.
I fell. I fell on some ice.
Oh no.
Yeah, the first time I was giving the youngest one, a piggyback ride, and I didn't see where I was going, so I fell. I slipped and I fell, and that healing process was like the longest one I've ever had. I mean, I just thought that by resting up and whatnot, but the second time I fell on the same knee, same right leg, same hip, and everything, and I lay there in the snow, you guys, waiting for the pain to
Oh my God.
subside, because I was like, I don't know if I can make it to the car. It was
Oh no. You're like, this is where I'm
terrible.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. I'm finally getting better now. It's not as black and blue anymore, and my knee isn't swollen anymore. So, but I hate it. I hate the winter. It's very depressing.
Yes.
Well, I hope it starts to get warmer for you guys soon. Like, we've gotten pretty lucky here, and it's been really mild. And like today felt like spring.
Oh wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting 70s next week, which.
I don't know what we're getting next week, but all this week is gonna be in the negatives.
Oh God.
Oh.
God.
And that's why I'm right here.
Yeah, me too.
So, Eric, I didn't know that he was in an ankle cast.
Oh yeah, because he got hurt.
Camille, did you guys talk about how badass it was for Eric to be out there fighting with his ankle still in a cast? Camille, no, because I didn't know.
I didn't even pay attention. Wow.
You see, we need to watch this episode again.
Wait,
yeah, I gotta watch that. Oh,
when did he get an ankle cast?
Yeah.
And where's Scott? Was he in this episode? Did he die?
Not yet. I think he's still there.
No, they moved. When Denise came back, they said that they moved them upstairs. He said they moved them upstairs.
Okay.
So
there's some continuity there at least.
But
yeah, we got something on Scott.
But you guys, speaking of continuity, how did Denise know that Carl was shot?
Because remember her and the wolf was talking about the gunshots that they heard? I think that kind of clicked in her mind that he was the one that got shot. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Oh Lord, I really need to watch this again. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it was hard to follow what they were talking about because it was boring. But I did catch that when he was like, it looks like they're following the gunshot. So that's how I knew she knew he got shot. He was the one that got shot because he brought that up.
Well, Camille said that Michonne told Denise that he got shot at close range or something, so.
That must have been after, because they hadn't gotten inside yet.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Because it was like gunshot, yeah, close range. It was after the fact.
Yeah, she knew he got shot before when they were on their way.
Got inside. Yeah.
And she just saw Rick carrying Carl.
Yeah.
And they got bit. She said no.
That I'm sure of. Yeah.
I'm watching the episode again.
Why do they have the wolf on Talking Dead? That's so dumb. No one cares about him.
No, he's really cute. He is cute though.
Girl.
I know. I saw that on Tumblr that they were talking about. He was good cleaned up. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to watch this Talking Dead and see what he's like.
I was talking about Norman Reedus is cute.
No, I don't.
Leave me alone, Ash. Leave me alone.
I don't believe you.
Look, I'm gonna have to judge that for myself. I'm gonna have to judge that for myself.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna have to watch
Anything I say about Norma Reedus, I'm just gonna keep it to my damn self.
I'm just messing.
No, we need somebody. No, we need somebody that's a cheerleader for Norman Reedus and Daryl Dixon. We need that from you. We need that. We need that.
Oh my god. All right.
So, Amy, let me ask you this. If Daryl dies, are you gonna riot? Amy?
I'll be okay. I'll be okay. Oh my god, he really is cute. Oh shit. No, I have to look at it twice. I recorded The Talking Dead. I only recorded it because I needed to know who was the secret special guest. But here, you guys, let me pause it so you guys can see him. I'm turning the TV so you guys can see. Let me see here. Recording. Okay. Da da da. Okay, I have the camera on. How come it's not changing? Damn it.
That's hard with talk to.
I don't know. Can you guys see it? No?
No.
He looks exactly the same. I'm gonna kill you.
But with clean teeth.
Right.
With clean teeth.
No, I like him. He's all cleaned up. It's great. It's great.
No.
He looks great.
He's Australian, so that's nice too.
What?
He's Australian.
Oh.
Oh, really?
He's got the accent.
Well, that makes him much better than default. No,
Why is the country singer on here, though?
I don't know.
All right. I recorded the episode because something tells me I'm going to need to watch it again. However, it's playing live, so... How many times do you think this episode is going to play?
I guess you're going to play it all night.
Oh my goodness. Oh. So Morgan just woke up and he's like, where is he? I was like, really, Morgan? Instead of Morgan apologizing to Carol for the body slap, he's asking where the wolf is.
He's like, where did he go?
But
she was like, he took her, didn't he? He took her. My goodness.
Yeah, but Eugene did step up in this episode, though. You gotta give it up to him.
Finally.
He really did.
He's probably gonna regress again.
I hope not.
He better not step up and then go back to being a punk again. That's my thing.
Right.
Step up, stay up. Don't step down.
They like to do that, though.
Like Spencer finna do in this next episode.
Case in point.
I'm sorry. I'm just looking at Tumblr, seeing if there's anything that I could bring over.
Yeah, I was
trying to find that one. There was something on Tumblr where it had like a picture of Medea with a gun. It was like fake kill Glenn again or something like that. I'm cracked up laughing with Medea with a gun. That was funny. And I cannot find it.
Oh, here's a picture of Rick with no ring. Can you see
What?
Wait, what? I didn't see it. Bring it back.
This is Rick without his ring.
Oh. And he looks all cleaned up and everything.
Although, I mean, you can't really see, but I don't know. But we'll see.
I still don't think it mean anything. I just think he moving forward. Single.
Well, it's better than, you know, Richonne happening when he's still attached to his wife.
Yeah, Jesse.
You got what? I don't express for Okay, hold on. I'll come look at it. Let's see. Okay. I don't see anything.
You know, while we're those killing walkers together. Huh? Oh my God! There it is. You see. I felt like it was in slow motion, but someone has it posted of Carl's gunshot to the eye. I was just shocked by it.
Yeah, I saw some pictures on Twitter. That looks really gruesome.
Yeah.
Like you got an episode to look forward to. Well, an episode to watch and whatnot. Okay.
Yeah, and pick apart, criticize, what I usually do.
That's okay.
I've got.
But I just want people to talk about the fact that the water has been burned and tainted with walker meat.
Did anyone else think of Game of Thrones on that part?
What?
Did what?
That made me think of Game of Thrones in season 2 when they did the wildfire. I was like, they just be stealing stuff from them.
Oh, man.
I mean, it was a nice moment, but it just reminded me of that.
I think that was a very, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm sure they're gonna pretend like, oh, the water's fine, you know.
Well, at least they got a lot of gasoline. That truck.
Yes.
If they didn't use all of it and throw it in that water, but they got gasoline now. That's one good thing.
And since when does fire kill walkers? Like, they cannot make up their minds on this.
When did what? Fire? Oh.
I need a second.
So my thing is still, so walkers can walk up steps, still.
Apparently.
Because they walked up Jesse's porch, so I guess whenever it's convenient for them, they walk up steps and then they don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Weird.
Well, I'm just glad Jesse failed. That's literally all that happened this episode.
I see you, Rick. I'm looking for the one where he's not wearing a ring, and I don't know. It seems a little misleading because we only see Knuckles.
Yeah.
Well, we know he's not wearing it from filming. Spoilers.
And where were they able to get a nice car like that? Anybody?
Huh?
I didn't even notice
In the preview, you see Rick and Daryl driving off in a nice car.
Same place they got that 2013 Hyundai.
Right.
Yeah, where did they get that car? That was the first thing I looked at when I saw that. I was like, where did they get that car from?
Did you guys see that picture I just put in there?
What picture is that?
Car.
Somebody showed that to me earlier today, and I thought it was so cute. It's over where it says group chat on the right.
Where?
It's like where you. It's a picture of Denai as a little girl.
Oh, here.
Oh, I saw that on what you call it?
Is that on
What is
Tumblr?
it? Inside the actor studio.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that.
It was weird. It was really weirdly edited.
It was. Somebody should put that on there.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, she's so cute.
She was.
No, it is 1 a.m., so I think I'm gonna go to bed.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's 1 a.m.
Oh shoot.
It's 12:54. I guess but it's close enough.
No, yeah, that's 1 a.m.
Yeah. I took tomorrow off because I figured I would be doing this. So.
That's cool. When are you guys gonna do this again? Like, do you want to wait until Monday so we have like a chance to watch like several times or whatever?
Yeah, that's cool. Mondays is cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, Mondays is better so we can.
Yeah, we all are caught up. Yeah, and we've seen it a lot of times. Yeah.
And I'll have a chance to see it at least once.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna take some
Okay.
notes.
All right, so we'll do it again for Monday next week after episode 10.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Right.
Yay.
Bye, ladies. It was
All
good
right, have
talking.
a good night.
Have a good
Bye.
night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.